Wait. Good morning, everybody. I have shiny new headband today. And welcome, everybody, to Colorful Threads Embroidery. I am Juliet, and today we are going to be doing some embroidery on the bill of your cap. So if you're interested, stick around and learn all of the things. So we I was challenged. I saw in one of the posts in one of the Facebook groups somebody was asking if this was possible with the Melco machine. So I started going on a mission. I'm like, yes, this could be possible. Having the knowledge about needles that we have now and having the knowledge about speed and thread breaks and all the things we've been studying together, we can combine all these things together and get some embroidery happening on a strange material, which is your hats. So let's talk about hats first. Not all hats are created the same. What is the hat made out of? I did some test sewing, right? Because you always got to start somewhere. So I went into my stash and had, a hat that wasn't really interesting for me, and I did some testing. My J was pretty bad. There's skip stitches. There's stitches just everywhere. This was the same lettering that I used for the plastic folder that we did. Just because I wanted to start with something that had a loose density that was made for a specialty type of material. Now, this particular hat has a cardboard insert. So this was my 75 needle. Didn't do so hot, but I changed to an 85 sharp needle and the rest of my letters stitched out beautifully. But the density was, not so great, which is fine. You got to start somewhere whenever you're troubleshooting a strange material, and I wanted to start with a loose density. It sewed great. I was absolutely ecstatic with it. So what I did was I did a name with a regular satin. I stitched it in the center. It stitched beautifully. Then I kind of did it on the angle, see if I could line the design up over here. No stabilizer. And it has the back of the hat, the front of the hat. It's stitched beautifully. And I went, okay, that was a satin stitch. Now let's do something a little bit more intricate. So I picked a floral design. No outline on it, just a simple floral design, and it stitched beautifully. I mean, you can't get any better than that. Now, doing my testing, I randomly was at a client yesterday because we are way out in Pensacola right now. We're as far west in Florida as you can get before we head back home tomorrow. And I did do a test sew yesterday on a hat that was made out of plastic. And it did not sew very well at all. Even using the 80-12 sharp needle and all of the settings that I was using, that plastic heated up because when it was finished sewing, I put my hand on it. It was hot. So the plastic was hot and it was snagging at the threads and doing all this crazy stuff. So it's not going to be a good candidate for embroidery. It's got to be this cardboard stuff. So what do I mean by when I'm talking about what's going on with your needle? Got my big old needle out again so that we can look at and see what's going on, right? So I had bad sewing with the 75 needle, good sewing with the 80-12, because what's happening is when it's piercing, I got a piece of cardboard, it's a piece of a toilet paper roll, makes for a great example. So I got the toilet paper roll, and when you pierce cardboard, right, and it goes into the cardboard, what's happening is right there. Can you see that? Chunks of the cardboard are going down into that groove. And we learned that the groove of the needle is where the thread has to live. and to move freely through the needle to do the stitching. And so this is what was causing all my bad sewing with that smaller needle, that 75 needle. And just going up to an 80 was enough room inside that needle to get good sewing. Does that make sense? All right, I hope that makes sense to everybody. What's going on and why the cardboard is so hard to sew through. Oh, I took it off. Well, it's not glued together. Things go flying. It's all right. We'll find it later after the stream. It's like back behind the chair. Anyways, what we really need to focus on is, what's going on here, right? That groove interacting with the cardboard. So, better needle. I have some 80-12s. I don't have very many left. I got 2 left, so I might have to buy some more of these after this. So I have already prepared my machine for this. I have done my rotary hook maintenance for the day, and I have changed the needles for the colors. I got 5 colors, and I unthreaded the rest of the machine just so that I wouldn't accidentally choose the wrong needle. What I am using to hoop the hat is the slimline. Not the slimline, Fast Clamp Pro. Fast Clamp Pro. So the Fast Clamp Pro is what I found using what I had, right? The hoops that I have to clamp this hat to do the sewing. I have not used, I tried hooping it on the cap frame, and I don't know, it just didn't really hold it well at all. So anyways, without further ado, how's it going? Hi. Give me some hearts. Give me some hearts, everybody. And give me a thumbs up. So I'll show you how I hooped it. So if you'll bring the camera in closer so we can see just what's going on here, that would be great. These hats look kind of funny, but they're actually made for having a ponytail out the back. Ponytail hat. All right. So pull your paper out, flatten out the bill, the typical stuff. We're going to flatten the bill out just so we have a flat space to work. And I'm just going to hoop it. So I have my Fast Clamp Pro set on number 11. Yeah, number 11. So it's set for number 11, which gives me the width here to hold just the edge of the hat. And I found it very easy to open it up and put it in and clamp it down. This side of the bill can sometimes give you a straight line, so you can go by that straight line. Clamp one side down, get all of the extra bulk, smooth that over, and clamp the other side down. And I found this worked really well, guys. So I was able to get that hat on there and get that design loaded and stitched. So make sure this is all out of my sewing field. So I did set up some designs in my queue. Here we go. So I kind of came up with some interesting things that I could sew. Another floral for a full colored print. I have like a little football if you're wanting to try to do a football. I have that in here as well. And this little scroll kind of a design. So I like the scroll kind of a design. It looks kind of like this if you can see it. Maybe, maybe not. But it's just a little kind of scroll on the side. Let me pick the colors that I have my needle set for. There's only 2 colors, and I want to do on this red hat maybe orange and purple. So 3 and 4. 3 and 4. And I'm going to actually move my hat now because I want the scroll to kind of be on the side, similar to how I did my April over here. So I'm going to loosen my hat, and I'm going to rotate it around. I'm still going to leave enough of the bill to clamp over here. Start with that one. And then this one, I'm going to just kind of smooth it out, clamp the bill over here. And let's see if I move this a little bit, if we can get it where I want it. Trace. Give it a trace. Oh, gotta go to the left as far as I can go in this. Oop, centers, no. Good, there we go. And trace. I think that's as safe as I want to get with it right there. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, Fowler, thumbs up, perfect, thank you. Michelle, thumbs up, thank you. How to find out what the bill is made of? How do you find out what the bill is made of? Cut it open with scissors. The one that gave me a problem yesterday, it was a scrap hat that we had pulled out of the bad bin, and when it didn't sew well at all, and I was feeling how warm it was, I was like, oh, I think this is made of plastic. And she handed me a pair of scissors, and we cut it open, and that first hat was plastic. So cut it open or give it a go and see how it goes. Thanks. Good question, Karen. All right, let's do some sewing. All right, so needles are set, bobbin is normal tension. So on the machine though, what you're gonna wanna do is bring your speed down. This is not a fast project. You're not gonna sew 1,000 stitches per minute on this cardboard. You're gonna need to run slower. So I was having great success at 600 for my speed. So I'm at 600. So yes, we can do this. Yes, it's going to take longer. That's okay. You're going to charge for that. The other setting that I have on here is my Activate. I'm going through something thick like your thickest 3D puff foam. So I put my Activate at 30. I don't know if you can see it on, can't see it. I know, I wish you could see my screen. So I have my Activate at 30. My speed is at 600. Got the hoop. I got everything. I'm ready to hit start. It's kind of scary the first time, but I'm going to sit right here in front of the machine the whole time that it runs. Okay, you ready? Everybody ready? Now, presser foot setting. I have tried it with the presser foot all the way up, and I've tried it with the presser foot all the way down. I had better success with the presser foot down, and I think it just holds it down better for the sewing. So presser foot down. How loud is it? Like this light back here is too bright for it almost. Yeah, it's too bright. That help with the lighting? Excellent. Guys, we are sewing on a hat. We're sewing on the bill of a hat. How cool is this? It's almost done. This design is only about 3,000 stitches. Yeah, right. I need a feature in the software where I can turn the lights off. Disco mode? Yeah, we need disco mode. I need lights so I can see colors for it. I wonder. You wonder when you're sitting and doing things, right? You wonder. I have not tried this on sticky stabilizer yet. See if you could do it on the fast frames with sticky. The sticky adds a whole nother layer to it, right? Now you're adding sticky to cardboard. Okay, guess what? It's done. Yeah, quick, simple design. How amazing and cool is that? Back looks great. Am I in front of the camera? Yeah, guys, this is a whole new thing. You could print out your design like we normally do our template for like our laser alignment. You could take that, print it out, and get it positioned wherever you want, really, right? Because we know laser alignment um, could add a whole nother flair to this. Because as long as you're within the hoop limits, you're going to be just fine with that. But adds a whole nother thing, guys. Opens up a whole new ball game. So, who would like me to sew one more hat? Who we got? Cajun Stitchery. I love, love, love it. Thank you, Cajun Stitchery. She is so gracious of a host, allowing us to stay in her front yard. Got another one? Let me look. All right. What if you don't have the hoops that you are using? Can you use other hoops? Absolutely, you can use other hoops. That's why I was just musing. Could I use maybe if you have the um, fast frames, which uses a sticky stabilizer, could you stick it down and would it stay enough? Maybe clamps on the side. You, as long as, you know, as with any of our things that we embroider, as long as you can get it stabilized on your machine, you should do good. I would just make sure you're in the hoop limits, right? Whenever you got your design going, that's key. And making sure that you are going slow and being careful, because we are sewing through a very dense, crazy thing. And if you're not using the right needles, you're trying to sew too fast, you're going to get needle breaks. And the last thing we need to do is create a situation where we end up with a service call from your technician, right? Being a technician, I'm going to show you. Just pay attention to what you're doing. Make sure you got the right speed. Slow, slow, slow. If you get a needle break at 600, slow it down even more. Most of the time when you're doing these little things, then fast frame should do it, yes. It's not going to be a lot of stitches anyways. So you just got to hold it stable. So whatever hoop you have that will hold it, go for it. Drew, down there, grab out my container that has my hoops on the right. How do I have them there? That only had, okay, that's just got gray hoops, ring inside of a ring. That's not gonna work. Do I have anything on the left hand side other than the Fast Clamp Pro down there? No hoop there, no hoop on the other side over there. Okay, so I don't really have any other hoops at the moment in the camper. Sometimes I go through and take out hoops that I haven't used from the camper, because, you know, we are always trying to keep our weight and everything down. Yeah, I don't see anything over here either. So I don't have any other hoops to demonstrate. That's what I've got, is my fast clamps. Yeah, there's nothing under here either. So as long as you've got it clipped on, it's held down, and it's not going to shift and move on you, I think you should be golden. All right, are we good? I tried that and it didn't work. It didn't hold it very well. Yeah, they did use a video for that, but it wasn't working very well. Yeah, and I didn't like that the strap was coming across the hat. I really enjoyed this much better. But yeah, the most important thing is that it's not moving and where you want to stitch is in your sewing field. So let me see. I did want to try. Oh, it's over here. I'm like, I didn't want to try. So what I haven't tried that I thought I would try with everybody is a design that has some outlining. And I got a little football. I think I'm going to go back to this other hat, test hat here, and put the football on there. Because this football has some outlining and a little bit more detail to it. Let's see. Let me rotate it to 180. No. 90? There we go. I'll put it over here. That's still not the right direction for that. Like that? Yeah, like that. Okay. Clamp here, clamp here. Get this clamp tight. So if you can see, come up here and see, like I only have this little tiny bit of the bill over here clamped at the very, very edge. And I've got the rest of the hat because it's turned. And then over here, I don't have very much of the hat clamped, just enough to hold it. Thank you. Okay. Now then, let me put my football over here. and trace my football. That'll be just fine. It is a test after all, right? And a practice. Okay, we're calling that good. Oh, colors for my football. Let's do purple and then green, which is 11, and then I want to do this detailing in yellow. Yeah. All right, 3,600. Here we go. We're making football. Making a football. Uh-oh. Immediately. Problems. What do we got? Let's see. Thread is still attached, but it's skipping. So let me back up. This one might be a fail. Doing good. With the hoop, I'm using work on the XT. Yes. The fast clamps, the fast frames, the slim lines all work on the XT. What do you got, Miss Karen? Because the fast frames are the flat ones you use with sticky backing. I see the corner of the needle under the chair. Ooh. And let me know where everybody is at. Where in the world are you watching from? Pensacola. I think I'm in her yard. Oh my gosh, this looks great. So it did stop once at the beginning and told me that it was a thread break, but I think that it just kind of like didn't register it there. Let me trim that one crazy thread. It should have smaller snips for that, so we're gonna leave that. Here's my football, guys. Oh man, can you do better with the zooming? How cool is that with all that detail? Oh yeah, that's great. Look at that. It's beautiful, guys. It's beautiful. Now, not everybody would want a purple football, but remember, I just want to use the colors I had. That's amazing. That's beautiful. The backside. It's the only thing about doing it post production. This hat like this is after it's been made is you're going to see the embroidery on the back. So as long as the client's okay with that, you should be good to go. All right, let's see. Sweet. Could you give the model number of that hoop you are using? Can you grab the box? Okay, so Drew's going to drop a link down in chat. So if you are interested in the Fast Clamp Pro, but I do have the box that I can show you. Here we go. This is what I'm using, the Melco Fast Clamp Pro. Model number 34866. I believe 34866 is still what you would use to purchase this. My box is beaten up because most of the time I take it and set it in there and then close it, so it needs to be a little bit taller. But it's got all these different arms on it. There's some shorter arms and some longer arms over here. Now this guy is $1,000. Do not freak out. Well, freak out. But it is $1,000 for this fabulous hoop, and it does a lot for you. And one of the things that I've been trying to make this thing work for me is for all of these strange and bizarre things that we want to hoop and so on. So if you do order this guy, I think the last time I looked it was about $1,000. Did you look it up? $979 as of today. And the link is in the chat if anybody is interested in getting their own Fast Clamp Pro. I also have a video set up specifically for how to set this guy up, how to put all of the arms on and work with this hoop. So let's see, somewhere back here, back of my machine, I have my Allen wrenches. I will pop this off real quick if you've never seen the Fast Clamp Pro. It's pretty awesome for doing those strange, odd things. Right, so this is what I have set up today. I have the medium-sized arms, so these arms here you can change out these red ones here to different sizes, and then the window, yep, so different sizes. So you have small, I can't hold it and point at the same time. I have small up here, and then these longer arms here. The longer ones were a little too loose, and I didn't need that much sewing room. So you have these different lengths for different things. I tend to mostly use the medium one. You know, it depends on what you're making, what you're doing, and what you're sewing. If you're doing more like straps and belts and dog stuff, dog collars and leashes and things, you might be using the smaller ones more. And it can adjust here to go wider and narrower. This is just the width 11 that I found worked well for giving me the full sew field to do the brim of the cap. Any other questions about this guy? Looks great with all the detail. Yeah, it does. How long have we been going? I feel like we've just started. Oh, only 36 minutes. Well, you know I like to keep my videos short and sweet and to the point. I'm going to get this hoop locked back on my machine properly, because it's going to be there. Nice. Sewing on the bill of a hat, like who knew we could do this? I for sure had been saying for years no, and that's probably because I tried it once and had a lot of problems. Now, I'm going to make sure that in my description for the video are all of the links to the things, the Fast Clamp Pro hoop that I'm using. Right under there, I'm going to make sure that I have my my water. I will put a link as well to the video that I did talking about setting up your Fast Clamp Pro and how to use it and how to get it ready to go. What else can we put in the link to the video for everybody in case they need it? Oh, I can also put a link to the video for needles so that you can learn all about needles. I'm probably going to use this prop anytime I need to discuss like changing your needle and stuff just because I have it. Thank you again, Candor. And thank you, everybody. Golden Dirt gave me some hearts. Thanks for the hearts, Mom. How are you? We're heading home. We're heading home tomorrow, but it's take us 2 days. So we'll be home Friday evening sometime, I think. Yeah. So everybody have fun. Take it slow and cautious. What? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All my things. Give my video a thumbs up. If you found this helpful information, hit the bell and select all. That way you get notified anytime I do my lives. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It's completely and totally free. And as of today, I am still not monetized, but we're on the path to getting there. So stop by, watch my videos. If you're still here and you're still here hanging out, put on one of my playlists on my videos and just let it play in the background. You'll learn something. You'll pick up tips and tricks. Check me out. Watch my videos. Have them playing in the background. Boost my watch time hours so that eventually I can get monetized. And spread the news and spread the info to everybody. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Until next time, I will see you.